I'm talking drumming off the glass when I dunk it. It's geese, just say you love it. This that ignorant issue like, yeah. Getting GE on the mic, 1, 2, 1, 2. This that ignorant issue like, sports, social commentary, women in life, yeah. This that ignorant issue like, Getting GE on the mic, 1, 2, 1, 2. This that ignorant issue like, sports, social commentary, women in life, that's right.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I know, Jess. They call me COGN, A to the C. And you better not leave my text on read before I pull up on you. Like what it do? What's good, Bree?
Hey, it's your girl,
Episode
Bree.
7. Episode 7.
Yep.
I'm feeling so God, like, it's actually been like the Good Friday going into this Good Saturday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Opening day was yesterday. I was so live.
They lost, but
First of all, they cheated. You know what I'm saying? They definitely cheated us. You know what I mean? So
it's kind of crazy because I heard that like this was like the first year since 2000.
everybody opened the day was that day.
Yeah.
But ours got rescheduled as usual because Michigan weather.
That might be why they lost though.
Yeah, Michigan weather be playing
that has
this.
something to do with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bree,
What's good?
talk to the people, man. This is Cognac and Crime Skins, aka the most jiggy on the ignorant, most intelligent podcast you've never tuned into.
Right.
Jess, get on that mic, girl. You got your little juice
Hey.
over there, a little drink over there. What's in that cup? What's in that cup?
Red Bull and vodka.
Red Bull and vodka. It's a classic.
Yeah, it's
It
my
is.
pregame drink.
It's your pregame. What game you trying to get into today though? Full blown.
Well, Dave is having and I don't usually go to wrestling events because I'm not interested in it.
right.
But it's a wrestling event and they have burlesque dancers there, which is weird enough for me to be like, I'll go to that, you know?
Yeah, that may be something.
So,
Yeah. I ain't never seen y'all before.
Down at the Tangent Gallery, if anybody is going to see, I don't know, some weirdness tonight, check it out.
First of all, wrestling been a part of my childhood forever. Like I said, Triple H and
Can't relate.
Kane and The Undertaker, like it was just legendary vibes back in the 90s.
Can't relate at all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But what's in my cup, of course, is, other than the cognac indulgence, the very special Hennessy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, Bree, talk to the people, man. Introduce yourself
I
right
said,
now.
yeah, it's your girl Bree. I mean, that's it. It's enjoying this lovely day. I had an off day.
Yeah,
so
off day?
It comes once in a while, so
Once in a
yeah,
blue moon?
yeah, once in a blue moon.
Wow.
So when they do come, you gotta make sure you enjoy it, cause
Yeah, I've been off since Friday. Like I got paid for it though, so that's always a plus.
right.
And I'm off Monday. You know what I mean? So I just been doing all kind of
Oh yeah,
recklessness
you just been enjoying your
since
weekend.
Thursday night. It was, I ain't got to work Monday either.
Been
So
getting in all type of trouble, huh?
I've been in trouble since. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually came in. I went to bed at like 6 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, last night was like too crazy. Like,
Yeah, I saw your snap. I'm like,
oh,
oh,
you saw the snap?
I saw the snap.
You saw
How do you
that?
have so much energy?
I mean,
Right.
you're the most
I'm
jiggy.
35.
That's why.
I can't
like,
do that anymore. I go to bed at 6 a.m. and by like noon the next day, I'm like,
6 a.m.
yeah.
Jesus, I mean, I put an all-nighter for sure though. I mean, it might have been a Douce, then the 1738, and then
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
it's a
was-
recipe for disaster.
It was a lot going on. Like, it was definitely a lit night, though.
yeah.
Where you residing at, though? Where you residing at in these Detroit streets, man?
Oh, so I live downtown
Uh-huh.
Detroit. You know,
Shout out to that downtown. There's so
Yeah.
much action down there.
it
these
really
days.
is. It's always something going on.
Always.
Yeah.
You know, Justin Timberlake concert coming up Monday. I will be jiggy there. You know
You
what
going
I
to the
mean?
concert?
Man, what? I'm there. What you talking about? I'm a JT fan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Future Sex Love Sounds was definitely a classic. My love.
His most recent album, though? Or
Timber
like-
and a lake. I can't get
Oh,
with it. I
yeah.
can't do it. Justin, you failed me on this
I
one.
was going to say, maybe
I'm a
old
diehard
Justin, we
fan.
could do it, but I don't know.
Shit, he done had a kid and got the scruffy beard and he fell off. I was like, what you doing? Super Bowl performance wasn't as lit. I'm like,
I liked it, though. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. I didn't have a problem
He had a
with
couple
it.
classes. I was jiggy
Yeah.
too, but it was all right.
It was
though.
good because he did, like, majority of his older stuff.
Yeah,
so
he did
that-
a couple good melodies on there.
Right, yeah.
So I appreciated that. JT, I'm going to see you Monday, beloved. And you better perform all the throwback classics. I better hear that one new shit off that album, Jess.
You going to definitely hear one or two.
Yeah, one or
For
two,
sure.
man. He gonna skip right past both of those.
He might do, like, little mini clips of those because he know.
You know, Cognac and Karma Skins, my week has been fulfilling, I should say. Bree, how about your week?
It started off real good, ended kind of not as good, but trying to make the best of it,
Yeah, you know what? You know what hit me? I think adulting hit me about Wednesday. DTE sent that notice like, look here, your payment arrangement is due, Mr. Beard.
Yep, and the 1st is tomorrow, so
It is tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, that
Everybody
bag better
feeling
drop.
it. Right.
You know what I mean? You got to be careful with your direct deposits.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm a food junkie too, so I like to eat out a lot and rub toes and
See,
stuff
with
like
me,
that
it's
on the
just
weekend.
shopping. Like I go to the
Shopping?
mall, it's bad.
It's online shopping for me though.
See, I can't really get with online shopping because I want it when I want it. Like if I'm ordering it, I want it right now. I don't want to I don't want to wait for it. I'm impatient.
Jesus, I think that's a lot of people. They wonder when they want it. Then when they get it, they still don't know what they want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Z,
What up, though?
how you feeling, beloved? You good?
Blessed, bro. Cool.
You cooling?
Yeah.
How did performance go a
cool.
couple nights ago?
Man, it's cool, man. You just trying to push the brand, man, for the family.
What's the brand, by the way, sir?
Man, I'm part of a group called Pinnacle from Ann Arbor. Shout out to my brother, KP. Dropping a project April 26th called
April
For the
26th.
Family.
Okay.
So,
Shout out to that Ann Arbor, man. We all know that U of M lifestyle.
Them hard streets of Ann Arbor.
Them hard streets of Ann Arbor. I'd have been through them myself, beloved. There's some good memories through there. You know what I'm saying? So, Bree, what are you into these days? I know you're working at the Quicken Loans, but we know you ain't trying to do that shit forever and ever.
I'm not trying to do that for the next year, so.
The next year?
No, but honestly, I'm just trying to channel all my creativity as far as like working on a vlog. I have a vlog coming really soon, a blog as well, and I'm gonna have a YouTube channel coming really soon too. So check out for that. It's gonna be called Millennial Class. So
What you gonna be teaching in that class for these millennials?
yeah, so basically, it's a class that, or it's not really a class, but it's a YouTube channel, and what it's gonna be talking about is all the struggles that we have as millennials, like finding jobs, keeping jobs, and not only just having jobs where you just paying your bills, but something that you really enjoy. So it's just going to be talking about like making a LinkedIn and networking and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real informational, but it's also really relatable as well. So
Well, I feel like for millennials, first and foremost, this is the generation where we kind of have to build a lot of stuff for ourselves.
right,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
A lot is not handed to us.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like we also have it harder because they feel like
Yeah.
we're entitled. They feel like we lazy. So it's like we always have something to prove.
Yeah, shit, we got to work the hardest. You know, y'all motherfuckers back in the day, y'all had 30-year secure jobs,
Right.
pensions and shit. We got a little 401k, a little, you may make a couple dollars here and there. You
Right.
get paid every week or every 2 weeks and make a stack
Exactly.
of $100.
And then with
aside
student
of
loans,
that.
it's just like,
Yeah, Uncle
Yeah.
Sam taxing. He
Yeah.
take money out my check every week faithfully.
yeah.
I still ain't got my taxes back. Trump,
Me neither. What's
give me
going on with
give me
that?
my taxes, man. Quit playing. And the state. Y'all know y'all broke. Michigan, y'all know y'all halfway broke. Give me my taxes back so I can ball out for 2 weeks and then chill.
Right. And then
You know
it be
what I'm saying?
gone and we got to wait for next year.
But the millennial conversation,
Right.
I think in the same breath, we kind of have no excuses because we have no limits these days.
Right. No, absolutely.
Especially with access to the internet, where you can touch anybody from around the world with the touch of a button.
Exactly.
Access anybody at the touch of a button.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, this generation should be stable on is mentorship.
Right.
I find that very much a big part of your growth and your network abilities.
Right, absolutely. And then another thing that really got me like passionate about it is because I went through 5 years of college and I learned more after college
That's
than
right.
anything. Like just as far as networking, as far as, setting yourself up for success. Because there's so much stuff I could have done before I graduated that I wasn't even aware that I had to do or I could do. So that's really like a part of the conversations that's going to be had. I just want to let everybody know the stuff that you can do, the stuff you should be doing right now to set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
If you don't, use your degree after college, you still have other options.
Man, and
So,
man, what the fuck is a degree these days,
Right.
man?
No, for
I think a
real.
lot of kids could use that 35, 40,000 that they're in debt with to actually start their own
Right.
business or learn tools with different programs to get certified in, or just take that money and travel.
right,
You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? That money you'll be paying every month in tuition or things of that nature. You could be traveling, meeting other people, going to different events that you can actually, pay to get into and meet
Right.
astute people to teach you the skills necessary to build a brand, to build
Exactly.
yourself. To be a young individual going into this world into full adulthood. We in our 20s, we're still learning and we're still growing and grasping the concept of not only responsibility, but independence.
Right. No, yeah, definitely. And I definitely understand that. I always tell people, if I could do it over, I mean, everybody always say that. Like, if I could do it all over again, I would do it so much differently. But I really would, because it's just so much more that I know now that if I would have known then, I wouldn't even had to go through, like, all these years of college. And now, I mean, yeah, I have a decent job, but it's not where I want to be, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody is a work in progress. However,
absolutely.
I feel like I talked about this not too long ago, but the education system needs to be towards reality more.
Right.
You know what bothers me is, say if you're going to school for nursing and shit, right? You shouldn't be taking classes on religion or these prerequisites that have nothing to do with your degree. I feel like that should be eliminated through the whole college curriculum.
Right. I mean, I feel like some classes are necessary, but
like
some are not.
Psychology, sociology.
Right, like communication classes. Like
yeah.
I feel like, and even sometimes foreign language, like that's necessary.
That's definitely a
But
necessity.
but
especially
other
in the world we
classes-
live in now, you definitely have
Right.
to be bilingual to some degree.
No, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. But I feel like that also, as far as like speaking another language, that should start younger, because it takes so long to learn one language that I feel like they should start in kindergarten, where they just teach us a different language all the way up until we graduate high school.
Yeah.
So
And too, when it comes to education, especially in the Black community, I think our parents are taught not really too much of nothing. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're taught to really get a job. You're not really taught to be financially independent, not even financially literate.
right, it's living paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck,
Yep.
or back in those days, like I just referred to, a pension. You're not really taught to build a business, how to build a business, how to start one, who to go to start that.
Right.
How do you get a loan? You know what I mean? How to really build wealth and build credit. And I will be having someone on soon to discuss that as well, because not only does that affect, our grandparents and our parents, it affected us. Now you see us in a crippled position where it's like,
Right.
damn, other ethnic backgrounds, other races kind of had that jump or that start.
Right, yeah.
Not all of them, but you definitely know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Especially when you've been to college, you meet these kids, and it's like, yo, I'm staying with my parents. They put some money up for me since I was a kid. I have a little fund already, so
Right.
they already prepared.
Right, because
And-
it was definitely a lot more stressful having to like work full time while going to school. Like,
Right.
and I'm sure I could have finished a lot quicker if I wouldn't have had to do that. But it's kind of like the reality of things now,
Yeah, and you're taught to appreciate the grind, though.
Right? No, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think it made me a better person, like learning how to multitask. Because it wasn't hard. I mean, it wasn't easy having to work and then go straight to class, and then sometimes have to go straight to work. So, yeah.
Yeah, the young Black community, man, I really urge you guys, like I just alluded to earlier, use this social media world and the resources that you have in front of you and make it work and make it happen. Everything is a process. Everything takes time. I think everyone tries to rush and try to be great or try to be the best version of themselves or be successful, when we all know that takes time and it takes a lot of effort, patience, and we're not really built to do that when everything is so rapid now. Everything is such instantaneous. So I really urge you guys to be patient with your life and your journey and figuring yourselves out, because they set it up to where you're kind of programmed to go through this system. You're going through school. Everybody go to school. Everybody's not really built for that.
They're not. And especially right after high school, you don't even know who you are. So how are you supposed to know what you're supposed to do with the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Like, it was so much pressure put on me. Like, you have to go to school. You have to go to school. But at that time, I didn't even know why I was going to school. I was just going because I knew it was something that I was supposed to do.
Right.
And I kind of feel like that's not the way it should be.
Uh-huh.
They should give you time to get to know yourself and, like really figure out what it is you want out of life
Right.
before you do go to school, because that way you're already setting yourself up for success, because you're not just going and just taking random classes like, oh, well, I'll figure it out, because at the same time you're paying for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you end up in debt for the random shit and
Right,
trying to figure some
absolutely.
shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I really, I also put that kind of pressure on the parents. Early, get your kids involved in so many different dynamics and other things.
Right.
Whether it's dance, whether it's art, sports, other literal things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Different book clubs. Get them engaged in different social environments so that when they do navigate and get out here, they're not as lost.
Right.
They have interest in something. You know what I'm saying? So, Z, how about you with the music, man? Was it always a passion for it? Was it always reiterated to you to say, you know what? Yeah, you go to school. Yeah, you're doing what you're doing. But how long did it take you to follow that passion with music, though?
Well, I mean, coming in high school, like I played sports heavy, but just mentally, always knew as far as like it's always got to be a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
That I personally believe that's just coming from humble beginnings. As far as like you can't play ball for long. You go to the NFL. NFL stands for not for long because you're not gonna be playing for long. So I think that's kind of where I mentally developed a passion for music because it's like you were saying as far as have your hands in everything. So when one thing fails, you at least know you got love for something else. And that's just like I have an associate's degree in journalism from Washington, but it's just going back to what Bree, my girl, was saying. That's not always the key to being successful. Sometimes you just gotta dibble and dabble and evaluate yourself and figure out what's best for you. You know, because like you were saying, I personally feel like in high school they don't teach you how to do your own taxes. They don't teach you how to
Buy a
build
home.
They teach you how to go to college, but they don't teach you how to taking out student loans can affect 3-4 generations of credit.
My God, man.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to college, you think it's all about partying and stuff. But by the time you graduate, you owe $100,000.
Yeah.
And then you do 5 years in college. It may take you 1 or 2 years to really find a stable employment opportunity. Then after that, it may take you 2 years to even get your feet wet with paying them student loans back. Before you know it, that's 10 whole years. And you just, let's say you graduate at 23. By the time you're 33, your whole youth is gone. You don't even have time to really enjoy life as far as traveling because for the last 10 years, you've been either focused on stressing with school. Then once you do graduate, which is the time we supposed to be happy, a week after you walk across that stage, Sally Mae hitting you up. Like, hey, look, I need this bread, partner.
Yeah.
And then let's say you do get a consistent job that you mentally can at least make ends meet with. Say your check is say you're making anywhere between $900 to $1,100 every 2 weeks. And this is off of a steady 14, 15 an hour. You know, something you can make ends meet with. Sally Mae gonna take like $300 out of that.
Yeah.
Because she need her money quick. She calling you quicker than Uncle Sam because she telling Uncle Sam what to do.
Right.
That's how the government run off of loans, you know. So in colleges, one thing my dad told me is as far as school is good. School is good to enhance your mind, but the biggest way to learn is to experience.
Yeah.
You know.
And as men, a lot of men in our society, especially like I said, the black community, have their own pressures to deal with. You know what I mean? They have their own scrutinies and downsides and stresses of how they're going to feed their families.
Yeah, and that I can relate to that. Just as far as with us being two young black men, as far as they tell us go to school, get a good job, but then if we don't do that, society labels us as a failure.
Right. So, you know, go ahead, throw them headphones on. Our guest just came in. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Y'all feeling good? Okay, y'all cropped up, topped up, and everything. How you feel? You all right? Yeah, I definitely remember you. Yeah, long time no see, man. You know what I'm saying? Ignorant Intelligent Podcast. 2 more guests just came in for the one time. We're talking about this millennial conversation.
Yes.
And since my guests just came in, please introduce yourselves for the one time.
Was it anything special?
No, not too crazy. Not too crazy. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Crystal.
Okay.
Tuskegee University graduate, class of 2015. Currently go to U of M. 3rd year PhD student in biopsych.
How y'all doing today? I don't think y'all mics are on, so I think that's what he's going to go check because I don't think she set it up.
Yeah, we have to get a little intermission, get these mics back popping. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. They live? It was good. Speaking to the mic, ladies, please.
Hello.
1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
Can you hear me now?
All right, now. They good? You can hear them good?
No.
Oh, man, we having some technical difficulties, but it's all good. But anyway, Bree?
Yeah,
Zay?
well, one thing I did want to speak on that he did mention is as far as like community college.
Mm-hmm.
When I graduated high school, community college was a no-go. It was like, no, don't go to community college. You have to go to university. And I feel like that's not right. Because it's like you should go to community college, save some money, take some prereqs, figure out what you want to do. So I definitely want to stress the fact that going to community college is definitely okay. It's nothing. You're going to learn the same stuff you're learning at a university. It's just going to be, it's going to cost more money. So that's pretty much it. So, yeah. So how y'all feeling today?
Good. I can hear myself now.
Yeah, that's all we've been talking about is just as far as being a millennial, some of the things we go through and things like that.
So, was it a particular question you were just talking about?
Yeah,
Community college?
No, we had started talking about college and like how expensive it was.
That's brings up the importance of scholarship.
Right.
Trying to do good in high school.
Yeah.
Just the overall difficult. We was talking about like say like our parents like get a good job at Ford, you'll be straight. Like you can actually build a decent level of stability. But like with us being millennials, it's like you used to be where you get a college degree, you can get a good job. But now it's like if you got a degree from college, you damn near can't even work at McDonald's. So
Yeah, I'm Raven, by the way. I went to community college in California. I just moved back. Out there, they worship like degrees, so I think it's just certain states that you're in, and maybe certain fields that you're in as well. Because I went for business marketing.
Okay. Cool.
And I haven't had an issue in finding a job for that. I don't know why I went to school for that.
Right.
But that's really it.
Yeah. I don't know. When I first got to college, I was dead set on being a physical therapist. Like, I just knew, like, that's what I wanted to do. I want to be a physical therapist. I actually got the idea from a movie, but that's really what was going to be my life. I was going to be a physical therapist. I was going to meet my boyfriend. He was going to be a football player, and we was just going to live happily ever after. So that was literally, I was dead set on that until I got to those math and science classes, and I'm like, okay. This might not work because I suck at math and science, so this might not be my calling. So I ended up going with communications, which is completely different, but I feel like it's more me because I can do more with it. It's a lot more routes you can go with that than. So we were really just talking about as far as like they make you go to college right after high school, but you don't know what you want to do.
Right. I think we really got to stick together in this era, in this generation. With a lot of dynamics missing on the social aspect, you know what I'm saying? A lot of kids wasn't brought up in environments where they learn to communicate or they learn to network or they learn to build. That's really a skill. You get these people, man, even when they graduate college or they do go to school and get in these social environments, they don't know how to communicate right. They don't know how to communicate well. You know what I mean? They don't know what they want to do. You're finding yourself. You're finding your jigginess. You know what I mean? So, Crystal, how did you find your jigginess in this college world, man, being a young black female in that world? Elaborate.
Okay, well, let me introduce myself again.
Yeah, reintroduce me. We had a lot of those struggles, man. There's a lot going on this episode, man.
Okay, so Crystal, so I went to Tuskegee University, which is a small, private, historically black college in rural Alabama.
Okay.
I graduated from there in 2015. I'm currently a third-year doctoral student at the University of Michigan.
Okay, girl.
Just graduated.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got my master's in December, so now I have 2 more years until my PhD. And I use a rodent model to study cocaine addiction. And so, what was the question again?
Just millennial struggles, especially being a young black female with the college experience. How was that for you?
Well, I would say I'm so pro HBCU for undergrad. If you had to choose between like my counselor was an alum of the University of Michigan, and she wanted me to go there for undergrad. I was like, no, a lot of people say well, I've been around black people my whole life, like in high school and all that, so they want a different experience. But I just think that attending an HBCU for undergrad is just such a different experience. It's not like the people that's at your high school. Like, it's a cultural melting pot. You meet people from all over. My roommate the freshman year is from the Bahamas, and I got to go stay with her during spring break. Like, let her free.
See, I was one of those people. I was one of those people, like, I don't want to go to a historically black college. Like, I want to go out because, like, my high school was like that. It was pretty much, but like you said, it's culturally different. So, like, definitely after my first or second year of college, I was like, okay, I got to transfer to a HBCU because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm getting what I should be getting out of this experience. So I definitely get what you're saying there.
And then currently being at a PWI and just seeing how the students deal with, like, you know, classrooms of 200 people and, you know, not feeling supported, dealing with all these racially motivated incidents on campus. Like, you don't get that at HBCU. You get, you know, unconditional support. I mean, fried chicken Wednesdays. It's long lines, but, you know, fried chicken Wednesdays.
But is they Buffalo or the hot wings?
It's just regular, and it's a fashion show. You got to be fly when you go to fried chicken Wednesdays.
You gotta
I
be
believe
crispy.
it.
You gotta have the fresh ones
I believe it.
Getting your wings. You
Ain't
know
no
what I'm
going to
saying?
class with your pajamas
That's
on.
right.
Huh?
Fresh dips too.
Fashion
You gotta have your fresh dips. Protect them dips. Make sure the do-rag extra silky and you take it off and get your wings, beloved. You know what I'm saying?
So was it like drumline? Like how?
I mean, when I got there my freshman year, the yard was popping. I'm also Greek, so Greek experience is different in the South. You know, HBCUs it is, and like PWIs.
How so? Please elaborate.
I ain't gonna say it's a joke up here, but it's just
I get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
like, you know, at
Fabricated up
University of Michigan, it's just like, you know, it's small, of course, because, I mean, the black community is small within itself at the university. So Greek life is just, you know, I don't know, like, you know, for me, like AKA week, we got promo videos, like you know, the yard jumping, but like here it's like I could barely find your flyer.
Yeah.
Come on, sis.
I'm not Greek, but I feel like a lot of stuff that goes on up here would never fly down south. That's just my personal opinion. Just viewing from the outside in, I just feel like a lot of things are different.
It's just a little bit more lit in the South. You know, it's still good. Like, you know, it's still all gravy up here. But, you know, just differences between PWIs and HBCUs. I think the experience is
Of course, the culture experience, number one, you're getting the experience from your people, even though they may be, like you say, from a different part of the world. Or they may be from, you say what, Jess?
Come a little bit closer.
Come a little bit. Can you, 1 2 1 2?
Perfect.
Are we having technical difficulties, Jess?
Come on, Cognac Caramel Sims, let's get it together.
Man, you listen here. Man. I'm trying to get it together, man. You know, it's a little bit all over, but we can still gonna keep it jiggy. So, Sharaven, how you doing, beloved? You all right?
Man, you just put my whole name out
Man,
there.
we're gonna throw it all out there. You know, governments and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, how was that college experience for you being a young black woman, especially in this millennial age? Please speak on that for the people.
Mine was okay. I went to community college. I only did 2 years. I didn't graduate.
What college you go to?
I went, actually went to 2. What was the name? Los Angeles Valley. And then I went to
That LA
Paris.
vibe.
Yeah.
How was that?
It actually was dope. It really was. Surprisingly, it was a lot of black people there. So I kind of felt like I was in like a regular college. They had a few like dorms, they called it, but it was only for football players. And overall it was cool. My goal when I went to California was just to be an actress. I didn't even want to go to school. But
Actress. She
yeah.
trying to be Halle Berry on the low. You know, a little Taraji. Go ahead.
But okay, pouring it up. But overall, it was a really great experience, though. My little brother, he's at Michigan State. He hates it.
Go blue.
He hates it. He hates it. But it's his second year. We really wanted him to go to Morehouse, so we're trying to like transfer him there. I don't drink.
Oh, you don't? Jesus, you don't drink?
No.
Not even a margarita
She
with a
keeping
little
it
sugar?
sober.
No. Let me rephrase that. I drink. I don't drink dark liquor.
Jesus.
What? If it ain't brown, I
My
ain't
God,
down.
if it ain't blue, say she won't sip it. What is going on? Yeah, she just threw me off, people. You know, I'm kind of threw off. You know, I'm a little blue back. Everybody's drinking this cognac, and she don't drink it. You don't indulge?
No.
Jesus Christ! Please go ahead and talk to the people more with your college experiences. You don't drink cognac sober. Go ahead.
That's really all I got to say. I didn't stay on campus. What can I say? I did get associates. So it was cool. It was just like a little different because there the population is like made up of like Mexicans and what are they? Armenians. They're kind of like Chaldeans, but from Armenia.
What was the cultural difference coming from the Midwest to LA?
Horrible. I hated it there. Like as far as like they don't celebrate like Black History Month. I know now.
All month?
All month, all year basically. They
Damn, not even 2 days out the week.
February, just
Right.
February.
Right.
That's it.
Oh shit, great. Go ahead.
They don't have soul food there.
Wait a minute.
Like-
It's fried chicken week.
They
at
only have
this Indian.
Popeyes. They only have Popeyes, which is like sucky there because everything's ran by Mexicans. So it's just like
How you gonna have a Mexican dip your wings? How y'all gonna do that? Come on, LA. Y'all gotta
Yeah.
tighten
I
up.
bet
they
that
really
Mexican
do.
food was good though.
no, it definitely was.
Okay.
And their
I
sushi.
love Mexican food.
Me
And
too.
Sushi. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to LA in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in New York in April. Hitting the iHeartRadio building one time, see what that's about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just something I'm trying to line up, man. Knowing good people, making good connections. You know what I'm saying? College, man. I didn't go to college, but I definitely had what's crazy, like the most college experiences ever from high school, like even like post high school. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'll be going to law school this summer. That's kind of like. I actually just stepped out to talk to the lawyer as we speak. You know, he was like, Mr. Beard, I need you down here Monday morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Don't miss a beat.
No,
That shit
making
that's
boss
just stressful
moves.
already. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to get into that paralegal world. But
Now I have a question for you.
please.
Why did you decide to go the paralegal route instead of going the lawyer route?
Well, since I was like a freshman in high school, I've been doing political science work for people forever. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So once all my friends went to college, I knew a lot of the older kids. I started doing their work for them. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, T, bro, I'm about to hit this party. You know, I ain't got nothing right now, but, you know, here go 25, bro. Just look out for this paper for me. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, so by the time 10th, 11th grade hit, you know, I set up a PayPal account. You know, so if you got that debit card, you know, go ahead and send that invoice in and I'll get you together. You know, and I just always had a love for law for some reason. You know, always watched the House Representative debates, always into that kind of a field. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is true.
You
but
didn't
I
answer her question.
Yeah, you didn't answer my question, but I'm gonna continue my question so you can answer it all
I'm
at the
lit
same
off this Henny
time.
right now. Like, man, don't come at me like that.
So I've always thought that the paralegal basically does all the work for the lawyer,
Yeah, a paralegal does everything a lawyer don't
but
do.
the lawyer gets paid more. Correct?
Definitely correct.
So why did you decide to go the paralegal route instead of the lawyer route? Do you
Because
just enjoy the research?
I enjoy that. I enjoy
Okay.
research and I enjoy studying. I enjoy all that. You
Now,
know?
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's off topic. Why you don't have on no headphones?
Because I'm jiggy right now, and I'm sweating this Henny out right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But
He the most jiggiest. The
yeah,
most
man, the
jiggiest
Henny
thing
sweating me
right.
out a little bit, man. I'm a little warm right now. You know, it's kind of like a natural thermal. You know, but college, I don't think college really was for me until I had to find out what I really love to do, and I love to write, love to research, I love legal work. So I kind of like inevitably stepped into that field.
Okay.
It's gonna cost me a grip, you know, going to UAD Mercy. But I'm
it's
definitely
gonna pay
looking
off,
forward
though.
to it. Yeah,
Right.
it's definitely gonna pay off. I already got the connections. I'm already like a foot in. It's all about getting that paperwork behind me and making it happen.
It's all about what you know and not. I mean, it's all about who you know. And
That's
not
what it
you
was
know.
for me. What's crazy? I actually knew the professor because I used to work down there as a little cook, short of the cook, and all that. And then my mentor, and they told me, Mr. Beard, you know, that plant stuff, man, you're too smart for that. You know, I know a guy down there. Ironically, it was the professor, and the dean is actually his wife. And I know both of them. So when I went down there for the interview process, you know, it was like old times. You know, we chopped it off about everything but law.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so-
that's usually how it is. You never realize who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So like one thing that I really this year, I don't like to say resolutions, but like definitely just talking to people about your goals, because you never know who you could be talking to. You never know who knows who. So it's like you can be just opening your door just by telling somebody about something that you want to get done.
Yeah, and low key, man, you know, the older you get in life too, you gotta watch who you really surround yourself with, because everybody don't need to know your goals and ambitions.
Right.
You know, everybody, you know, some people will shoot that down because they don't have none of their own. A lot of people will hate on you for being successful or chasing success. You know, so have y'all experienced that before? Had to cut off a friend or two or cut off a family member because number one, they don't believe in you, or they don't have anything to believe in themselves to go and achieve.
I mean, I know a friend that he just did 4 years in prison. He got he was in an architect program where he was locked up. When he got out, he did like the 6-month program, and now he do real estate. He does real estate for the university. So like when college students come on campus and stuff like that, and like they have like lofts and stuff like that, he rents them out. He rents them out like the lofts and stuff like that. So that's, and it's not like no cheap bread neither. So it's like a situation like that where like he was on the wrong path, but he turned that around and cut loose of the people who put him in that position, and he actually came out in a positive road, and he only 24, so it's like
that's so dope, man. You know, I love to hear young black people successful, man, and grinding it out. So, Crystal, you ever had a situation like that, though?
Yeah.
Where you know how to cut some people off and just, cut a nigga off, cut a chick off. Anybody that's distracting you from being, achieving your goals and aspirations.
Well, yeah, I mean, personally, I don't have a lot of people in my circle, so anybody that I feel is like, not contributing to, like help motivate me. If we can't motivate each other, if you like, a Debbie Downer, like, yeah, that's dead. You could. Like, I actually had a long distance relationship, like the vast majority of time I was in undergrad. And we just was on 2 different levels. So my senior year just had to, cut that dead weight, keep it pushing.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the connection.
Who having trouble with their connection?
I thought that was your phone. I was about to say, that's your ex, right? That's the dog you broke up with.
My phone be tripping. I just switched over to iPhone, and it's ruining my life. How about that? Yeah.
You just got to get used to it. You'll love it. You'll never go
phone
back.
got stolen. The girl, I guess, what is it called?
Check. I found my iPhone.
I ain't had that set up.
What is you doing?
Nobody told me this. I just switched over.
All I know is you got the iPhone now. You better not be leaving no text on the read receipt. That's all you
I do.
You do? Jesus Christ.
I do.
Why you really?
I do. I want you to know I read it.
I'm the same way. I can't even lie. I'm going to let you know I read it. And I'm going to continue about my day. But go ahead.
Yeah, what's crazy is that I probably got maybe 2 good friends solid. But as far as like people, I was gonna ask you. This was actually gonna be a topic that I was gonna bring to you guys. As far as I have no friends. If we want to put it like that.
Oh, welcome to the club. My family, low key, is my friends.
Yeah, my family isn't
I don't
as
even
close.
fool with you like that though.
So, my family, we're not close. So I have cousins the same age as me. Like we're all on different levels. Like they have kids. Like they're all over the place. I have some friends like that as well, like from high school and stuff. But as far as my friends is from the industry, just me networking and then just building a little bondage that we had for the 6 years I lived in California. But me being back here in Detroit, I have one that I hang out with maybe every other day if we have time, if I'm not busy. But as far as that, I just be to myself, trying to just work on my businesses, and I love my dog.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Shout out to the puppy love. I love my puppy so as well.
You know what's
my
crazy?
I love my dog.
The older I got, what you just said, the more I kind of experienced that. Even when I did, kind of get out my little, social circles or whatever, I got a few friends. It's my mans. We'll do everything together, ride out for each other, support each other. But, the way I grew up, I was around my family all the time. And it's 8, 9 of us, including, Crystal and them too. Shout out to Liz, man. I got to get her on the podcast too. She been DMing me, hitting me up. But I come from a lot of love, man. I come from a lot of I come from that. I come from a big family. Right. And
what's crazy, my families are big.
Okay.
We're just not. I don't know if it's because I always been to them weird. I was never fast. They were in the guys and all that. When we was young, I wasn't. Yeah. So
you was a little bit more focused.
I wouldn't even say that. I had Krista
everybody got
I had
stuff.
that one credit for a long time. But just they literally were having sex, sneaking out, smoking, drinking. I wasn't in that.
Right.
So I always been weird. So I guess that just stuck with me, and just people I still have good close people that from school and stuff.
Right.
Here. But we're not close. We don't talk on the phone. We talk through via
just associates or something.
Yeah, I would say that. But if we see each other, it'd just be we, you would think we never stop talking. But it's just the fact that everybody's in their own world, in their own path. So,
and the older you get, those are the best relationships you develop because it's not personal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people take you being distant or you not really communicating or talking or hanging out as much. Motherfuckers got lives. Niggas got bills and responsibilities. Niggas got shit to do out here. Niggas on a whole nother grind out here. You know what I'm saying? Especially being young, how we are, and trying to accomplish and do something with our lives coming from where we come from. Especially with people who don't come from a lot of love, man. I elaborate on this a lot because it wasn't until I got older and got out in this world when you realize people who don't have no family, who beefed out with their people, they ain't talking to the auntie, they don't mess with the cousins on this side. It's like, I don't come from that. So I'm not about to fuck with you because me and my cousins about to go out, or we finna link up, or we over here with this, or we got a family function, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't come from that.
Shout out to y'all family functions. They used to be hype.
Oh yeah, never get drunk with Woody family. Like,
that's deep. Don't say that like that.
Don't do it. I made that one mistake on 4th of July. Just don't do it.
Yo, we show hospitality.
I woke up the next morning and it was just, I didn't know where I was at. It was bad.
I
so
mean,
let's
come
just
around. It's all love this way, man.
No, it really is. No, his family is real love. You could tell, like, it's genuine love, too.
Yeah, it's genuine love. Sometimes I don't like them niggas, you know what I mean? But we all grow up and appreciate each other's lives and each other's struggles. And that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? But Crystal.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I don't know. I think, so Woody mentioned Liz, which is my older sister, but she, like, rock with y'all more. It ain't that I don't rock with y'all. I just be, like, in my own little bubble, especially because I stay in Ipsy.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Shout out to Ipsy.
Shout out to Ipsy.
I just found out that Ipsy was Ypsilanti.
So many
I've been gone too long.
Jesus Christ.
But it's like me, like I do have friends from college that are like, distant. I have some that I talk to regularly. But well, my graduate school is difficult. And so it's like I feel like I'm just in a bubble. Like, I try to, have a personal life, a social life and all that, but it's just really difficult. And so I think a lot of people perceive it as me being distant.
Right.
But it's just like I just don't have time.
And that's okay. And that's what sometimes you got to leave them text on read. Like, look, I'm busy.
Never.
Yes.
Don't ever leave my text on read. It's going to be a problem.
I got shit to do.
I turn them off.
I really just say that.
It's delivered on your end.
This don't have a read zone, but
I
don't
ain't
let
got
me
time.
know that you read it and you ain't respond.
What's wrong with that?
That's
though?
No,
irritating.
it's a big problem.
Why
Like,
open it? Like
then
you had
be on
time to
social
read it, but
media,
not respond.
right? Yeah.
I sure did.
Yeah.
What?
That's probably why
What?
people be mad at me. Because I just opened it. I was like, oh, okay.
That's we on the same level, right? I'm a Sagittarius. I don't even know what that means.
No, I'm a Taurus.
You a Taurus?
I don't know what that means either.
Oh,
We don't
I
got,
dated a Taurus.
we're not in common
They
at
kind
all.
of lit though, but
Well, neither one of y'all text back, so we just found a commonality there.
Yeah.
Sagittarius is what? December?
December. I'm December 11th
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
I used to mess with one.
Yeah, I love a Virgo and a Gemini. Those is kind of like
Hey,
the ones.
Virgo over here.
I'm a Virgo.
You a Virgo?
Anywho,
Swear y'all
I don't
care about
y'all
the
never,
signs.
y'all never even said y'all
My
names.
birthday the 21st. Hers is the 12th.
Okay.
Going to.
well, not the,
Well, my name Bree. Yeah.
You look
Okay.
familiar too. Where did you go to high school at?
I'm not from here. I'm from Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland.
Man, don't shout that. Don't shout them out.
I just found out my dad's side of the family is from that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
From
Well,
Ohio.
I live in Cleveland. I went to Eastern, so I don't know if like.
Oh, that's the
maybe-
shout out to Ipsy.
Yeah, shout out to Ipsy. But no, not shout out to them. But
Y'all had me dying at Ipsy. I done
yeah.
died and came back a couple times fucking around with them Ipsy trips.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
So-
Especially you, bro. I died. I was in her crib a couple times, just passed out.
You came. I met you before. Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, she came to the party, turned up. I couldn't even drive them, and she had to drive me to
Yeah.
to y'all apartment out there. Yeah, that
What do
was-
you never drive? You always just end up somewhere.
I always, that's just the life of time.
What if you like,
I
I'm
just-
downtown, then I'm in Ipsy, then I'm here. I'm like,
I
all
be a little
right.
bit of everywhere,
how do
man.
You gotta catch him. Yeah, you gotta catch him.
I think that's kind of one of my problems too. I ain't really in the committed space in my life right now.
But one thing I did want to talk about that we kind of like briefly touched base on earlier is traveling. I think it's so important at our age that we travel. Like,
It definitely is.
it's so important, like, because you don't realize how cheap it is to actually travel. Like, it's not expensive at all to travel. If you budget for it and you like do what you have to do, you can handle it. And you got to think you probably spend that money on food
You know
that
what's crazy?
year.
A lot of niggas is out here without no credit cards and debit cards. You
No,
know
they
what I mean?
really-
You can't just be
Well,
having cash on
somebody
that,
trying to
fellas.
be swiping.
Y'all out here. You know, right? The
They
Shout out
are
to the
swipers.
swipers.
the
No, I'm just
scammers
kidding.
is active. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I ain't even gonna lie.
Shout out to the scammers, though. 'cause
I
I
was
do
on-
need
Scam.
y'all.
Look at-
Look,
look
I
at
do
that.
need y'all for the front.
Wait, we got somebody trying to have a confession.
Go
I
ahead.
was on that. I was straight cash.
Was the pieces hitting or you ain't?
No, I was no. No, I was one of them straight cash dudes. Like,
Mm.
like you got
mean,
a
I know
debit card, I give you this cash, put it on your card. Like
better
even
get
with
you-
her,
you
I
better get you on
probably,
the bank
I
account.
literally no on everything. I probably just not saying I wasn't hip, but I really probably just got stable to the whole debit card situation.
Yeah.
Probably like
A lot of people
9
don't
months
trust
ago.
banks.
I hate
So,
it.
like,
That
I
too.
get that.
Yeah, because when I moved to California, 2011, I opened an account at Bank of America. They was taking like $10, 10 cents. I'm like, what's this for? They talking about cleaning the money. I'm like, don't clean my money.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't clean
That's
That go back
money.
to that go back to us being millennials. You,
Right.
you go on Instagram and you see you trying to turn 500 into 5,000 in
God.
10
Oh,
Oh
minutes.
my God.
Jeez, I remember being so broke. I actually fell for that scam.
Facts.
No,
You can turn
how
500
about-
to 5,000.
Especially when you got partners that doing it, and you be like, oh yeah, let's get some money.
But
Partners, where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Ann Arbor, but
and I'm talking like that. Oh my. What's your name?
Zan, Z-A-N.
He lived in New York too, so that's probably where he gets
Oh,
that.
I love
Okay.
New York, bro. I got so
got
so
some
many
friends in New
connects out
York.
there. Yeah.
No.
But
New York people are so aggressive. Like, why are y'all so?
No,
And, yo, let me tell you something, bro.
I
The, fe-
represent 1% of the demographic.
the females out there is
They're
different,
scary.
bro.
They're scary.
Where,
I'm not
in
even
Ann
gonna lie.
Arbor?
No,
No,
in New York.
They be ready to fight
Them
you
chicks-
quicker than the guys
them
do.
chicks-
Honestly, New
them
York
chicks
is like
aggressive.
Detroit. It's all about your approach.
No, it's really
No.
like I would say like
They like no.
What's
they-
that?
They
What's
got
that
the same
show?
hustle too.
Black Ink. They be.
Oh yeah.
That's vicious. That's in New York, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
that's in
Yeah.
Harlem.
Yeah, I can't fuck
Scary.
around. Them New York chicks are something different, B. I can't mess around. The niggas is out there. They're real thorough though.
6 minutes left.
They're real thorough out there though. You know what I'm saying? But I want to elaborate further on overcoming obstacles. And even though we all have them, like you say, you got the undergrad and everything like that. A lot of people would judge you for being distant, man. A lot of people would judge you for that. And when you got people that you really love and care about, you will understand that. And that's why it's important to have people on the same kind of paths or waves as you, because they will understand your circumstances. They're going through that as well. You know what I'm saying? So please get around people who like-minded, like-spirited, and has the same drive as you. When people don't have the same drive and ambition as you, you'll fall out with them because, yo, man, you can't turn up. I got the chicks on the floor. Well, I'm studying tonight, B. I can't make it.
I don't know. It's different for me because I hang out with a lot of people that's not really on the same exact road that I'm on, but I'm so like focused that they don't bother me. Like we can turn up on the weekends, but once Monday hit, it's time to get back to work. It's time to do what I got to do. Like that's extra. A lot of people can't balance it.
Yeah.
They can't do both. Like I'm gonna hang out with y'all and then I'm gonna go handle my business. See me, I can do that. I can balance. So I really think it really depends.
But I
on,
think
like,
the problem more so is the people. Like your friends
Right.
are understanding. Like
Right,
if you
yeah,
can
that's
say
true.
like you know I can't do it this weekend, girl,
Right.
maybe next. But if you got somebody like that's like she thinks she better than us, like she too good, she
That
got other
jealousy
things
shit,
going
man.
on, like. So I think it all that matters. Like at least for me, like being so busy, like dating is hard because I don't have time. So
You halfway dating, beloved? You got a dating life kind of sort
I don't. I got a dating life, but it's hard for me to be in a relationship because people like
it takes
you're
so
not
much.
you're not available enough for me. Well, I'm
Right.
sorry. Like
It's
if
that
you can't
balance.
respect what I
Yeah.
got going on, then we
Right.
can't.
Right.
I be in labs sometimes until past midnight. Like
Right.
That go back to what my girl was saying too, as far as like even like once you get older, it's kind of like traveling, like being in a relationship, like even though it's that relationship, it's like a goal. Like, babe, let's stack up 1,000. Let's go to Jamaica this summer.
Right.
But for the next 2 months, we gotta lock in on our goals, and then let's reward ourselves for that. So like going back to what she was saying, as far as surrounding yourself with people that have that tunnel vision, and then even just talking about friends, like if you can surround yourself with a group of people that's on that same accord with you,
Right.
even though y'all may not be family, I would label them as my friends because it's all about goals at the end of the day. If we
Right.
all on this road together and we can sit back and be happy about it, yeah.
And what I want to elaborate on that my mentor definitely spoke to me about heavily was what you do in your spare time. The time you have on the weekends, the time after work, it's always time to work on something else.
Right.
You know, it's always time to better yourself and put yourself in a better position, whether it's networking with somebody, going out in a different social setting, with somebody that can elevate you, elevate your craft, elevate your skill, elevate your life. That's very important. You know, so the 4 or 5 hours you might can spend taking a nap or going to sleep, you can be doing something constructive to better what you're doing already. You know, so
Right.
I definitely urge people to get mentors and get people in your life who doing better than you. Get and stop being so insecure about what other people have going on that doesn't affect you at all. If you're in a position that you want to get around people who are already there so you can get to where they at or even further.
Right.
You know, that's very important in business and in life. You know, so how y'all feel about that?
All my friends are very successful, especially like in the entertainment world.
Uh-huh.
So when I met them, they were like up and coming. They helped me out a lot. So I was gonna ask you. So as far as like someone that's looking to get a mentor, what would you tell them? Like, what would be steps to finding one?
Steps to find one, depending on what your lane is. Let me see. First of all, looking at different networking events.
Yeah,
If
that's
you're
what I
a
was gonna
doctor,
say,
or if
yeah.
you're in entertainment, or if you're doing anything like you say, psychology or something like that, do the research and find out what events is going on in your area. Even if it's an hour out the way, go out of your way to make a way.
Right.
And like I said earlier, alluding to earlier, we have social media now. You know, find a mentor. You know what I mean? And make the effort to.
I think it's easy a mentor is whoever doing what you want to do.
Thank you.
Like-
Exactly.
But better than you, though.
But better
I
than
think
you.
better
On
than
another
Right. If
level.
they
Yeah.
doing what you want, if you want to be a doctor, like you see doctors every time you go to the hospital, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
it's
Exactly.
easy
Link
to
up.
Yeah, you
contact them
do.
and act
Yeah.
like you gotta. All you gotta do is email a person, like
Yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
I'm interested in doing this. I would like pointers, and I feel like especially young Black people, like including myself, like I'm involved in several outreach activities to get more Black students in science and doing PhDs, and so
Right.
I'm involved in like 3 different programs. So I feel like successful Black people would love to help you come to where they are. So like it's easy to find a mentor. Like people enjoy helping other people.
That's right. And stop being afraid to ask.
You know, it's crazy. Because I'm working on opening a dog show. Well, I say
Okay.
dog. I mean a puppy barn. I reached out to PetSmart. And
They denied my application back in 2012. Damn,
And
PetSmart.
so I wouldn't say she's like my mentor. So we're not there yet, but I'll be on her head, sending emails. I send her pictures of my dog. Like I send her like when I go inside the PetSmart. And if I see anything wrong, I'm letting her know.
Right.
Even though it's not my job, I'm just letting her know like I'm interested. Like I want to know the insiders, and just like pointers like how to open up a business like about dogs and just like stuff like that.
The information.
That part.
Yeah. And we about to check out real soon. You know, I love having young Black people on because we all have different avenues and different journeys, different experiences, and it's always good to network and connect with each other because at the end of the day, we got, you know, Bree,
Yeah.
Zan, we got Crystal out here, we got Raven Wells trying to get them puppy bars up.
Damn.
Yeah. What's cute?
You're going to have people
You got
looking
good
her up.
memories.
And
I'm sorry
I
if I
was
got
that
that.
one girl.
I know. I'm thinking he was gonna say Raven. Everybody
Right.
know me from Raven.
Well, then Raven, Ray, one of them. You know what I'm saying? This is
You don't want us calling out your name now.
Right.
Let's not go.
Man, you know, Woody, Cognac, and Caramel Skins,
That-
Tommy,
that ain't the
whatever,
name.
whatever you want to throw out there at me.
Right,
You know what I mean?
alright.
I ain't never hiding. You know what I mean? All I want is my tax
Right.
return and my state taxes back. Go hold me
Yeah,
up,
I
Trump.
gotta do mine.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to ball for 2 weeks and then go back and hide it. You know what I'm saying? This is the Ignorant Intelligent Podcast. Y'all stay jiggy and y'all stay full of love, man, and get to networking, get to vibing, and get your business and your hustle right. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for coming, man.
Thank you for having us.
Fashionably late. Y'all looking real
I was about
spiffy.
to say we
Yeah.
definitely
Y'all
got the
definitely
fashion part now.
Y'all definitely
It's her fault we late, but
I'm sorry.
you know.
Yeah, we going to Doge
No,
and some more beverages.
The GPS sent me the wrong way.
Jesus, I'm getting a lot of that from my guests too. So I'm gonna holler at Dave about them instructions in that GPS world. You know what I'm saying? So Jess, we about to ride out, baby.
Yeah. All right.
All
Here
right.
we go.
Thank you. Theme song playing, so y'all can listen to the theme song if y'all want to.
So did somebody write this for you? Like.
On my man Geach, I had